Welcome to Burning Bright, a weekly podcast presenting poetry and prose from Passenger. I don't know about you, but I thought this winter would be better than last winter. We wouldn't feel as isolated, we wouldn't feel as anxious about COVID. We're vaccinated and boosted, we can have our lives back. But no, here we are again, this time dealing with the Omicron variant. I'm sorry I'm being whiny, it's just so depressing. That's why we're going to do an episode about hope. And even though a couple of these pieces are more about spring than winter, I think we need them now. In 2016, Barbara Stout said, "I wrote this poem as I felt myself moving from a dark place in my grief for my dead husband to a brighter place. I expressed that process, that journey, in metaphors from nature, from the process that the natural world goes through in early springtime, the season of renewal." Here's her poem, Thaw. I have intruded into April, season of uncertain promise, and have brought death with me from January, where he stole my husband, froze me, even to the marrow of my love, and fractured life with ice and loss, then left me in this springtime warmth, helpless, melting, not sure what to make of the pink froth cherry, the dappled hellebore, or green gauze life pulsing everywhere. But this morning, when I glanced across a distant field, lambs looked like dogwood blossoms, and in the warming woods nearby, wild dogwood looked like flocks of lambs. Thaw, Barbara Stout, from Passenger, issue 60. James McGrath said that when he was a kid he spent a lot of time outside. He said, "Nature has always been my mentor. One of my favorite places was the swamp near my house. There was so much in the swamp world that I never felt alone, and when I went home as it began to get dark, I'd bring clumps of solitude with me." Here's James McGrath's poem, Spring Cleaning. Begin again. Light the fire. Throw all books and hiking shoes and patchwork dreams into the flames. Add the layers of family blankets and the collection of butterflies. Make oils for burning of old photograph and the scratched 78s of Frank Sinatra and the dead flies from windowsills. Begin again. Don't look into the cardboard boxes with their flaps folded in on one another. Just drop them heavily into the flames and step back. Some will throw sparks, some will sizzle and smell bad. Empty the desk drawers of postcards and foreign postage stamps and the lists of people met and lost on trains and boats. Then, late one night, when the ashes have cooled, step outside. Walk under the Big Dipper. Put your face up. Close your eyes. Let the dipper pour its waters over you, stripping away your clothes and your skin. Stand naked, your muscles tight, your blood chilled, your feet planted, your bones transparent, and begin again. Walk east, meet the sun, look at your new clothes, open your mouth. James McGrath's poem, Spring Cleaning, from Passenger, issue 36. James McGrath went on to become the 2015 Passenger Poet. The 2019 Passenger Poet was Gilbert Arzola. Here from his book Prayers of Little Consequence is his poem, Why My Mother Believes. Without ever having seen it, the stream knows there is a river. Even a drop of rain can remember the ocean. "How can you believe?" I ask her. "In her bones," she says, "she feels it, the way a butterfly's wings can raise the curtains with a breeze. Look there," she says, "the ground, a tree, the morning." Gilbert Arzola's poem, Why My Mother Believes. We'll end with something entirely different, from someone entirely different. The irrepressible Shirley Brewer. Here's her poem, Pompous Circumstance, from Passenger, issue 53. My friend said she'd bring gazpacho for lunch. I thought she meant her Argentine lover. I picture him in gaucho clothes, trousers and a poncho, a triangle of curly black hair visible on his swarthy chest, a macho calling card. His feet shod in well-oiled boots, leather, the scent of cattle bred on a high plateau, where a masculine moon rules the desperado's sky. They'll arrive on his horse, a giant speckled white, her man's thick cowboy fingers tango lightly on her knee, his chili-tinctured breath releasing heat and words that make her blush. When he speaks, his mustache straddles his tongue. I rush to meet them at the door, only to find my friend alone, clutching a plastic container of soup. Gazpacho, she says. I look beyond her, swear I see in the distance a horse's tail disappear around the shadowed bend. Pompous Circumstance, Shirley J. Brewer. To buy Shirley's book, A Little Breast Music, or Gilbert Arzola's Prayers of Little Consequence, or to subscribe to or learn more about Passenger and its commitment to writers over 50, go to PassengerBooks.com. You can download Burning Bright from Spotify, Apple and Google Podcasts, Audible, and a host of other podcast apps. For Kendra, Mary, Christine, Roseanne, and the rest of the Passenger staff, I'm John Shore.